Thanks for joining us today. And despite a hugely disrupted year, we've had a great response to our awards and recognition processes. And I do also want to thank the wonderful Costa Georgiadis, who joins with us today. And we hope to get some of his words of wisdom, and he'll be helping us announce and celebrate with the winners. Just a quick bit about today's program. We'll be announcing 5 winners across our 2021 program Excellence Awards and the New South Wales Environmental Educator of the Year Awards. We'll also begin by celebrating our scholarship awardees for the year, the Gould League and the Graham Collier Regional Scholarship. The winners or a representative of the winning organisation will be invited to say a few words. So start thinking now about what you might say if you are the lucky and deserving winner of your category. In some award categories, 1 or more highly commended nominees will also be announced. Unfortunately, not everyone can be a winner this afternoon, but we were so impressed by the amazing work and achievements that we'll be giving every nominee, no matter the outcome of the awards, an opportunity to develop an article or case study with us in the coming months. We also encourage you to promote your nomination through your organisation and networks. We'll assist by sending all nominees a letter acknowledging your nomination in the coming weeks, which will include a quote from us that you can use in your promotions. And this year, we won't be announcing an overall winner, but we'll take that announcement forward to the conference, our 35th Environmental Ed Conference in the Central Coast next year. Just a little bit of housekeeping. We are recording, so if you do not wish to be potentially recorded, please ensure to keep your video off and microphone muted. Please also feel free to use the chat box to say hi, make comments, and we'll share some of our A squared E squared updates in the chat box as well. You may want to ask some questions to the winners. Feel free to just share your congratulations with emojis and silent claps. And if we have time at the very end, we'll have an informal session for people to share their animal stories. And I've got my platypus here there to share with you. For those who have not used Zoom much before, we suggest keeping your view set to speaker view. And when a speaker is using screen share, click view options and choose side-by-side mode. And we've all got very good at Zoom, haven't we, over the last year. You can move the vertical bar between to adjust the size of the slides so that you can see more. It's now my pleasure to introduce Ali McInerney for our acknowledgement of country. Ali will give us a Biripi acknowledgement of country and to share an important action that is very close to her heart. Ali is a Biripi culture and Gatang language consultant. Over to you, Ali.
Sue, thank you. Weeaboo everyone, my name is Arlene, as Sue shared. I am speaking on, as and with Biripi country today, and my situatedness is that to the east of me is Gurrawa, which is the ocean, to the north, Dungutty country, to the south, Worimi, and to the west, Gamilaroi. And I am also situated in intricate connection to kinship relations to Gula, the koala, which I'll speak to after the acknowledgement. Yi Biripi Barai, Naranga Barai Baraiga, Nara, Wanimbu Wanimbu Bapu, Wanimbu Wanimbu Bipi, Birapai Barai. Wanimbu Ganyi. Wanimbu Ganyila Barai. I'd like to share listening with you all to country. Listen and remember the old people, the knowing ones of your country. Listen to the sounds of country as we are a part of the song. Always was, always will be Biripai country here. And I invite you all to reflect on where you are in your situatedness as we all use this amazing platform of Zoom to connect. I'd also like to pay respects to other First Nations peoples here. And as I said, my situatedness is, we have a diverse array of people, of diverse countries, and that's awesome. My situatedness in kinship relations to Gula, the koala, really pulls on my responsibilities and obligations, as Gula is the name of my great-grandfather and Gula is the name of my son. And the koala songline, I'm not sure where you're from, but the Aboriginal word may be Gula for koala, as the songline travels down the eastern seaboard here. And one of these responsibilities is to advocate and campaign really hard for the protection of koala habitat. On the back of the 2019 bushfires, we really haven't had a breath here in Biripai country for the koalas. And, we still really feel the grief and impact of the really hot and fast fire that devastated koala habitat. We are currently, so we came together off the back of the bushfires, a small group of us, small but mighty, and we call ourselves Gulagu Koala Custodians. And at the moment we have a campaign running. It's in relation to a site that is 200 hectares, and it is a privately owned land, and it's pretty significant because it's east of the Pacific Highway. And as you probably, it's common knowledge that koalas are pretty significant in Port Macquarie in terms of the population. And this is the largest piece of privately owned unburnt core koala habitat east of the Pacific Highway. And until about 2 weeks ago, it was on the market for residential development for $11 million. And it had been taken off the market, but it's reasonable and it's probable that it will be put on the market again for development if the government doesn't buy it. So we're really pushing for the government to present this to Parliament. And recently we've had non-Aboriginal people use their positioning to help with this voice and the visibility of what's happening here with koalas. Dr. Carl shared this, and we're hoping Costa will share on his socials as well. We really need to get these signatures up because it is power to the people, and we're all in a position to help an animal in need and undergo those responsibilities of being in reciprocal relationship with country and a way to give back. If that's just a mere signature, then that's how we can give back. Marumbu, thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ali, for that welcome and for that actual connection to the songlines of the koala and your call for us as educators to help with that petition. So thank you so much for that. It's now my pleasure to call on Costa to join us with this wonderful ceremony this afternoon. And it is so lovely having Costa as our ambassador and connecting with us in our awards. And when filming works and doesn't work, Costa's always there. It just so happens that Costa was filming very close to my house, and so Costa has joined me here and in Kenthurst, and so we're hoping that across works. And I'm just going to ask Costa, are you there?
Yeah, Sue, I'm here.
Wonderful.
And it's worked out perfectly that I happen to be literally next door to your house, unbeknownst to me that that was the case. So a quick Yui and drive 2 doors down, and suddenly I'm here at your place, and it's wonderful to have managed to be a part of the awards. It's a very special part of my life to be a part of the Australian Association of Environmental Educators. It represents a lot to me. I believe in it with every cell in my body, and looking forward, looking to the future. Everything that Ali was talking about, as environmental educators, we have an opportunity through the language we use, the stories we tell, the connections we make. We are amplifiers. We're amplifiers of Ali's story and the stories that her ancestors have carried for thousands and thousands of years. Thank you, Ali, for a wonderful welcome and acknowledgement of where we sit. And as educators, we have this opportunity to really influence people for all of the right reasons. My capacity as ambassador is something that I wear every day. I talk about it every day. I expose and tag and explain what environmental education is at every opportunity. And to each and every one of you who are here today, you're doing the same thing. And your efforts are as important as anyone else's in the whole organisation. And one of the things about awards, and I'm always really a strong advocate of saying, make sure you amplify your awards that you're nominated for, but also any awards that you receive, so that people hear environmental education, people hear A squared, E squared, people hear what we are doing. They hear the yarns. That's how the yarns of the ages have been passed on. They've been passed on through communication, and we have lots of platforms to communicate with these days. And the more we amplify and the more we share, and the more you use your awards as a wonderful fulcrum to help move the projects that you're working on, to help move minds, to help shift communities, to put your goggles on and to see the world through those amplification lenses, and really be able to say, show people how you see it, because you're all passionate. You're as madly passionate as I am. I know. It's official. I can say that unashamedly. And the more we amplify, the more we feed it back through each other's speaker systems, and really get these stories out there. We can change narrative, even when it feels like it could be easy to feel overwhelmed. It could be easy to feel environmental anxiety and eco anxiety, and there's so much going on in the world. If you only look at the big media picture, that can undermine and bring instability, because that's what it's designed to do. It works off fear. It works off uncertainty. As a group, as environmental educators, as A squared, E squared, we bring certainty. And that certainty is what we want to share with all our members and everyone we talk to, because when we share certainty, we provide not just hope, but action. And these awards are recognition of action. And for that, I congratulate each and every one of you who are here today. And of course, those who can't be here and might be watching this on a replay. So welcome. And yeah, Sue, awesome to be here.
It's so good. Thanks, Costa. So let's get started. Costa and I will just share a little bit about our scholarships. And so I'll just give you a little bit of background. As part of our recognition program each year, we have 2 recipients with financial scholarships to attend either the National or New South Wales Environmental Education Conference. Now, the winners of these scholarships have already accepted their prizes and attended the fabulous online offerings from the National Conference held in Western Australia recently. So this is no surprise to them, but we wanted to take the time to celebrate their success as we would have done if we were in person at the conference this year. So I'll start by introducing the Gould League Scholarship. For 100 years, the Gould League of New South Wales, originally the Gould League of Bird Lovers, was an institution in New South Wales public schools. The organisation originated at Wellington Public School in 1910. It grew quickly and was established statewide in the same year. The Gould League has contributed over time to the field of bird study, nature science, conservation and environmental education in New South Wales and Australia. As David Tribe has said of the Gould League history, this scholarship will provide an enduring reminder of the early beginnings of environmental education in New South Wales. And it is our honour to be caretakers of this scholarship, and thank Nell Graham at the Parramatta Riverkeepers for assisting and being the caretaker with us. So over to you, Costa.
Thanks, Sue. I love that idea of caretakers of the scholarship. And 100 years, I mean, think about it. That's got some serious legacy behind it. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce the 2021 Gould League Scholarship winner, Dr. Anne-Marie Ross from Newcastle University. Dr. Ross is a sessional academic and researcher at the College of Human and Social Futures at the University of Newcastle. With a background in environmental analysis, education and research, Dr. Ross has demonstrated commitment and passion for the environment, sustainability and education. She's recently published a PhD titled Working Outside the Square Within, a history of environmental education centres within the New South Wales Department of Education. Dr. Ross is in the early stages of setting up a research agenda focusing on environmental education and devotes much of her time volunteering with Landcare and local environment centres. I now invite Dr. Anne-Marie Ross to say a few words in acceptance of this award.
Now, Costa, Anne-Marie actually couldn't make it today, but she has sent some words, so I'll share them with you all now.
Fantastic.
So from Anne-Marie, I'm extremely grateful for the amazing foundational environmental education legacy accomplished by the Gould League, and in its wake, this wonderful annual scholarship opportunity to attend the A²E² conference. I found the Climate Change Education Post-Adaptation Research Symposium and the Mandurah Changing Tides Conference informative, inspirational, effective, grounding, essential elements in creating change. What a wonderful opportunity to renew currency of practice. Thank you kindly for making it happen. What I learn with A²E² informs everything I do. And I think those are beautiful words, Anne-Marie, so thank you. And it's now my pleasure to introduce the Graham Collier Regional Mentor Scholarship. And Graham was a very dear friend of ours. And so it's so fitting that we can have this as a reminder of Graham. So Graham served as a national A²E² president and A²E² New South Wales president, and was dedicated executive committee member for many years, in between generously volunteering countless hours. Beyond the association, he trailblazed education, engagement projects in health, sustainability, community engagement, and as a teacher, senior government employee and consultant. So to continue the legacy of Graham Collier's work, mentoring environmental educators in regional New South Wales, A²E² established the Graham Collier Regional Mentor Scholarship 2 years ago in 2019. This scholarship supports an environmental educator from regional New South Wales who mentors others to attend the New South Wales Education Conference or the National Conference every alternate year. Over to you,
Gee,
Costa.
Sue. Goosebumps to hear you reading about Graham. And for anyone that doesn't know Graham, it's a real pleasure to be able to continue this in his memory, because everything that was written there is exactly, well, it's a small taste of what Graham was. And I can't tell you what this means. To introduce the 2021 Graham Collier Regional Mentor Scholarship winner. And this year it goes to Anna Jarrett. Congratulations, Anna. Anna is a teacher, storyteller, consultant, writer, and guide from the south coast of New South Wales. She volunteers as a guide at the Eurobodalla Regional Botanic Gardens and Montague Island. Wow, they are two awesome places. Anna has written numerous book reviews for the Australian Journal of Environmental Ed and is contributing writer to international publications on environmental education and storytelling. She's also collaboratively developing an Earth Stories and Earth Mythology series of programs with the Australian Storytelling Guild. I now invite Anna to say a few words and also to share a small section of the wonderful article she wrote after attending the national conference.
Oh, well, I'm here.
Hey, good on you, Anna.
There you go. Hi, Costa. Hi, Sue.
Good to see you.
Hi, Anna.
Nice to see you in person.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's been lovely. Yeah. And Costa, I've seen a lot of you lately. You were on the outdoor health, emceeing the outdoor health stuff as well. So,
yeah,
that was
well,
great.
it's all tied in, isn't it? It's one big Bain Marie and we just scoop in there and pull out the chunks.
Yeah, it's been a particularly inspiring couple of months, I reckon.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, well, I just wanted to say thank you for the award and I guess the opportunity to be able to just say hello to everybody online so you know who received it this year. I guess you'll see me around somewhere. I'm here on my deck in Long Beach, just near Bateman's Bay, which will be a nice place to share with you guys. This is my home that I love and that I dedicate all my work to caring for, I guess, in many, many ways. So I wrote a little article for post-conference about how amazing the conference was for me in terms of feeding my work and my ways of thinking and my ways of talking in my work as a writer, storyteller, teacher, and community person. And Shay asked me if I would just read a little bit of that to all of you. So yeah, normally like talking rather than reading, but she specifically said, these are the bits that I want you to say. So I'll go for it. Yeah, basically, I'm always looking for ways to talk about the environment, our country and how things are going post bushfires. So we were hit really hard here, 2019, 2020, you all know that. 3 months of just non-stop fires, a lot of stress in the community, complete climate emergency, apocalyptic sort of. And that shifted a lot of perspectives and a lot of priorities. So post that time, I've been working a lot in the environment, and the conference was an opportunity for me to really reboot my knowledge and to develop new ways of thinking about the environmental catastrophe and the climate crisis emergency and ecocide and all these horrible words that we know are a daily reality. And yet we need to wake up in the morning and feel hopeful and talk positively and try to stay really connected to both the environment and also to people as we talk about passionately about how amazing the earth is and everything we see around us. And I'm fortunate to live in a place where I have that opportunity to just look out the window and see it and share that passion. I guess some of the keywords that came from the conference for me were systems. I'm really passionate about ecology. I just want to see that being part of the dominant paradigm and in everyday conversation, not as something that's green or left or out there. It's like of everything. And so living earth, you know, the idea of this is our mother. She feeds us. It's to care for her. And then I guess newer concepts were the captive cycle and working with that and understanding where we are in the cycle and what deliberative democracy is and what the power of democracy is and the power of voice and each individual to make a difference within that democratic structure that we currently have but can't take advantage. I'm also really passionate about environmental literacy and helping people to find the words to talk about their connection to the environment and find the ways to continue to connect and care for it. And I'm excited that I just renewed the Shorebird Educators work this summer with national parks. So all summer I'll be out there with another colleague talking about our endangered shorebirds and really getting a pulse from the community and from the public about what they know about the environment and threatened species and how we can make a difference. Yeah, I guess the conference has given me a lot of hope. I think if you're connected to the environment and you make it sort of one of your main thoughts every day, that it's pretty challenging sometimes. So to be in the company of really amazing people and to hear just what incredible work is being done out there, as well as, you know, locally connecting with Landcare, is just been really important to me, so that I can then grow that hope and share that hope with other people, because there are a lot of people in the community who are also feeling despair of the times. And our challenge is to rise up, to grow gardens and to celebrate birds and just to give thanks every day. What's next for me? Well, I'm almost finished my horticulture certificate 3. So that's pretty exciting. That means I'm going to understand a little bit more about soil and growing habitat, which is my passion, and sharing that with the community. I'm particularly interested in community gardens and talking about the importance of growing habitat and how we can do that. And I guess just the overall influence, I've been involved in environmental work, I guess, on and off for years, but the influence of this particular conference was just being really up to date in terms of the language that's being used, feeling comfortable with new terms and concepts, and being able to put those into my writing and my teaching every day, and to just continue to be inspired and to connect. And I'm excited about belonging to the Regional Sustainability Educators Network as well. I'm looking forward to those conversations that we'll have. Thank you.
Anna, thank you so much for sharing your experience and your journey. And I too have loved following your journey as a storyteller, and especially we went to the same primary school. So it's so lovely to reconnect on Zoom with you, Anna. And I know that this won't be the end. So watch out, watch out. So thank you.
Thank you.
It's now my pleasure to share with all of us here a little bit from our New South Wales Environmental Education Conference for 2022. And so, Hayley, if you're there, it'd be lovely if you could share a bit about next year's conference with us all, and hope to see you all there.
Afternoon, everyone. I'm definitely here. Can you hear me there?
Yes, thanks, Hayley.
Brilliant. Excellent. So yes, our 35th Environmental Education Conference is happening next year. It would have been lovely to have it this year as planned, but obviously the lockdowns meant that that was never going to happen in the way that we wanted to. So we have moved that to the 21st to the 23rd of April next year here on the Central Coast. So we're hoping that people from across the state can come and join us here on the coast for some beautiful April weather by the beach, or not quite by the beach, but close enough. And for 2.5 days of environmental education learning and sharing that hope and bringing together some fantastic programs that we can learn about. So currently we have EOIs open for abstracts and presentations and displays. So if you want to come along and be one of those people sharing your story, please jump onto our website, which you can see there on the screen is newsouthneSW.org.au, and EOIs are open until the 6th of February, but it'd be great if you can get them in before Christmas so that it's done and dusted and ready for the next year. We're also looking for sponsorships at the moment. So if you know a great company that or organisation that you think would like to jump on board and be part of that conference and make it more affordable for everyone to attend, we'd love to have them on board, and there's a prospectus on the website as well. The conference itself, we've got about 1.5 days planned of presentations and activities, another half a day of field trips to get out and see this fantastic environment on the Central Coast. And you know, you might end up in a boat, in a kayak, or up at an Indigenous site learning a little bit more about that local Indigenous culture, or even in a childcare centre really close to where we've got the conference, who have got an amazing bush program. So we'd really encourage you to consider coming along for those as well. And then the first day will be a half day of workshops, or potentially meetings if there's some branch meetings you'd like to have. So all of those things can be added as a part of the EOI process at the moment. And it'll obviously, once we've got through that, will pop up on the program. But we'd really like to see you do that. Also, if you're really interested in just coming along and attending, you can jump on that inquire email that you can see on the screen there, or up on our website, pop a note into which will come to myself, and I'll add you on our email list, so you'll get all the notifications of when things close and when registrations open and the costs and all of those reminders. So we'd love you to do that as well. So I'll keep in your inbox and keep you updated on what's happening.
Thanks so much, Hayley, for that update. And
No
I just love when we come together as environmental educators, and it's just a great time. So thanks for that, Hayley, and encourage everybody to consider putting in an EOI and just share your story. So
it doesn't have to be fancy.
No. Yeah, so that's good. All right, getting on to our Excellence in Environmental Education Awards. So we'll now announce the awards for the 5 categories of the New South Wales Environmental Educator of the Year Award, celebrating people who have exhibited outstanding leadership and made notable achievements in their sector to further environmental education. After that, we'll announce the Program and Business Excellence Awards, which are the Sustainable Schools New South Wales School of the Year and the Sustainability Connect Business of the Year Award. And we're so excited that our Sustainability Connect portal is now up and running, and hope that you get a chance to see the wonderful people on our Sustainability Connect portal. So our first award is the New South Wales Tertiary Educator of the Year Award, which recognises individual educators from the tertiary sector who have exhibited leadership and made notable achievements to further environmental education. We'd like to announce a highly commended, and our highly commended award goes to Simone Bloom, who was an academic at Southern Cross University in the Faculty of Education. She has recently been successful in gaining funding from the New South Wales Environmental Trust to establish a statewide mentoring program in regenerative agriculture at SCU, in collaboration with local land services, the Department of Primary Industries, and local councils. Simone has been publishing frequently in environmental education journals over the last couple of years, while completing her PhD, looking into teachers' perceptions of nature and how it informs their pedagogy. She has recently co-authored a STEM curriculum package on Southern Cross Uni's electric combi conversion project to be shared with schools. And she also... Thanks, Costa. Go.
Yeah. I'm loving that combi.
I know.
I could see myself battling around in an electric combi. That looks pretty cool. Did you have anything else to add?
I was going to say Simone recently had a new little baby. So Simone has been busy. So thank you, Simone.
She's building the ranks of environmental educators in New South Wales. So I think she deserves definite highly commendation for that. So it's my pleasure to announce that the winner of the 2021 Tertiary Educator of the Year Award is Lisa Siegel from Southern Cross University. Lisa Siegel is an associate lecturer and doctoral candidate at SCU. She's been instrumental in the move to make environmental education a core subject for all education students at the uni. I mean, that's massive, not just an elective. Wow, that's awesome. Lisa's been part of the organising committee for 2 national A2 E2 research symposiums. She's also co-facilitated a workshop at the 20th A2 E2 research symposium in 2018, which resulted in a published article in the Australian Journal of Environmental Education. Lisa's in the leadership team of the Sustainability, Environment and Arts Education Research Cluster at SCU and has presented her academic work nationally and internationally. She was the recipient of the Higher Degree Research Award for Best Publication in 2018 and 2019 for her publications relating to waste education and pro-environmental behaviour. I now invite Lisa to say a few words in acceptance of this award.
Thanks so much, Costa, and thanks to the committee. And nice to see everybody, a lot of familiar faces. And I'm really appreciating this. And I'm also laughing because Simone and I work so closely together, and neither of us had any idea that both of us were nominated for this award. And so I kind of just feel like we both should have this award. Simone and I teach together, we write together, and we learn together. And I just love working with her, because really what environmental education is all about is collectivity and collaboration. And to me, if you can work in a collective, if you can work in partnerships, if you can work in a truly collaborative relationship like I am able to do with Simone and my other colleagues at Southern Cross, then we will all go far. And that's the one thing I love. One of the things I love about A Squared E Squared is that ongoing feeling of collegiality. So thanks so much. Lovely to see you all again. Nice to see you, Costa. Lovely to see you, even though we haven't seen each other in person for a while. It's great to see you. And
definitely,
and all my friends out there.
Congratulations.
And thank
Good
you,
on you,
Lisa.
Lise.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And great, Ricky. Just wonderful work you're doing there at Southern Cross. So thanks, Lisa. I'd now like to introduce another member of our team, Nikki Carey, from our A Squared E Squared committee. And Nikki will be introducing our 2021 Government Educator of the Year Award. Thanks, Nikki.
Thanks, Sue. Can you hear me? Awesome. This is a little bit sprung on me, everybody. So
that's good.
No
that's
notes.
good. We don't want you comfortable. We gotta keep you on your toes. I like that. Good on you, Sue.
Do you want me to take over, or are you right, Nikki?
I have nothing. I have
All
no
right.
notes, Sue. I have nothing. I said
back to me.
I'm
back
on the
to
road.
me. But we thank you, Nikki, for your participation in our boosting our local government sector. And Nikki has been a star. Nikki has been our local government champion for a very long time. So Nikki, this is my opportunity to just say thank you to you. And we are looking to make our local government work blossom. So that's to me. So I'm going to share our Government Educator of the Year Award, which also covers state government. So please, sorry about that. I should have not said it's just local government, but it's government category, who have exhibited outstanding commitment, leadership, and notable achievements for environmental education in this sector. So to begin with, our highly commended, and this is just a lovely acknowledgement of the amazing work that is happening at North Sydney Council, and acknowledging Jordan Moy who's been a trailblazer in online learning, organising many webinars, including a professionally filmed and recorded electric vehicle webinar with over 500 participants who all found the session personally motivating. Jordan has since utilised these skills to develop instructional videos, including how to make rain gardens, as COVID significantly restricted participant numbers at hands-on face-to-face workshops. Jordan has exhibited his leadership in a collaborative way by coordinating the North Sydney Environmental Education Network, NASEN, which we love, for the last 4 years. He has also He was also an instrumental executive committee member of the Community Sydney Library of Things, who successfully launched a tool library at the Cole Loader Centre for Sustainability this year. Jordan's Harvest Collective Food Gardening Program was recognised as best practice when it won the 2019 Keep Australia Beautiful Response to Climate Change Award. Congrats, Jordan. Costa, I'll hand over to you.
Wow. Well done, Jordan. You are shredding it, buddy. Absolutely shredding it. And I've been fortunate enough to be involved with Jordan on the North Sydney Garden Awards, among other things. Now, the winner of the New South Wales Government Educator of the Year Award is Liana Kay. Liana is the lead education officer at the Sydney Olympic Park Authority. Liana's effectively delivered both face-to-face and virtual environmental education programs to over 10,000 students over the past 5 years at the park. Liana has assisted in delivering a site-based fieldwork skills workshop for secondary teachers at the New South Wales Geography Teachers Association annual conference. She's been working with Aboriginal artists to produce a series of artworks that are displayed across the park and now on huge gateway signage that tell of the diverse stories of the Sydney Olympic Park through the eyes of Indigenous people. Liana delivers professional development for teachers and other environmental educators in both fieldwork and the delivery of environmental education in a live and interactive virtual setting. She's instrumental in the pivot of digital learning for the Olympic Park Authority during COVID and is a whiz at IT troubleshooting, filming and directing for online educational materials. In 2020, Liana provided professional development to educators across 12 organisations to allow them to deliver environmental education workshops at the Youth Eco Summit Yes Live 2020 event. I now invite Liana to say a few words in acceptance of this award. Good on you, Liana.
Thank you, and well done to Jordan as well. It sounds like he's doing some amazing work where he's at. So, wow, thank you. And yeah, obviously, as Lisa said in the previous awards, you know, these achievements aren't ours alone, and there's always a team behind us that helps us to do the things we do. So I want to also extend the award to the other people in my team, including my manager, Danielle, who nominated me and is definitely a champion for me in the work I do. Yeah, so very, very excited to win, and also very excited to see you, Costa, such a fan. Yeah, so thanks a lot.
Thanks so much, Liana. And just love everything that's happening at Sydney Olympic Park. And we do love the Youth Eco Summits. Just so well done. And keep going. Just keep going. It's now my pleasure to introduce another member of our team, the beautiful Jasmine Paget, who is also on our A2E2 committee, who will help us with the Community Educator of the Year Award. And I can jump in, Jasmine, if you need me to. So over to you, Jasmine.
That's fine. We've had the most amazing task before us as the judges for the Community Educator of the Year Award. It recognizes individual educators from the community sector who've exhibited leadership and made notable achievements. There was a number of nominations, and so we are very pleased to announce, highly commended, went to Sami Bailey. Sami is an incredibly talented natural history illustrator and author. As you can see from the pictures in the slideshow, Sami loves to delve into the lesser known and underappreciated corners of the natural world. Her illustrations convey the intrinsic beauty and highlight the extraordinary adaptations that can be found all about us in nature, if we are only looking carefully enough and with our minds open. Sami has encouraged this way of seeing and understanding through her publications, including the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Ugly Animals, the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Dangerous Animals, and the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Peculiar Pairs in Nature. Since publication, 60,000 copies of Sami's first 2 books have been printed, reaching children across Australia from all walks of life. Her books strongly encourage awareness of flora and fauna and inspire care for their conservation. Almost every bookshop stocks her books, and many have won prestigious awards, and have also been published in the UK, US, and Russia. Sami has been a keynote speaker at many conferences, made presentations at more than 40 schools, appeared on numerous TV programs and national publications. Her work with the Biodiversity Conservation Trust has sharpened her scientific focus, bringing the spotlight onto Australian species and their complex relationships in her most recent book. Not everyone receives letters from Sir David Attenborough in appreciation of their work, but if you're an emerging national treasure like Sami, you probably have 2 on your desk. Congratulations. What are you going to do next?
Thank you so much for that. I have been signed up for 4 more books, so I'm going to be busy. And I'm in the fun stage of trying to figure out what those concepts are going to be, but they're going to be released 1 every year around Christmas time for the next 4 years.
Okay, we will be busy and we will be watching. And we'll be enthusiastically supporting you.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. In terms of the winner, we ended up deciding to have 2 winners for this award. And it's my pleasure to announce one of them, and Costa will announce the other. My pleasure is to announce that Jane Smith from the Central Coast Environmental Education Network is joint winner of this award. Jane has been involved with community organizations for 20 years, including being the CEO of the Community Environmental Network and a founding board member of the Central Coast Marine Discovery Centre. She has served on a range of boards and committees, including Gosford Council's committees. She's been a leader in the network, a key advocate, a campaigner for New South Wales Water Watch, New South Wales Marine Education and Waste Education, collaborating across many sectors and involving a huge number of stakeholders. Jane has been a passionate environmental educator in her work both at the Marine Discovery Centre on the Central Coast and at Roombala Environmental Education Centre. She's a long-time member of the AAEE New South Wales Executive and a long-time member of the Nature Conservation Council Board. As inaugural mayor of the Central Coast Council, Jane displayed her passion for good governance and effective planning to support many local government environmental initiatives and to safeguard the local government for the future. Jane has also fostered a spirit of collaboration and constructive dialogue in her roles, which is key to her effectiveness as an environmental educator and a politician, I would guess. One of her early statements as mayor was, "It's about bringing people together and not letting division take over." I now invite Jane to say a few words in acceptance of this award.
I'm hoping Jane is there, but I do know that Jane is very busy. So maybe Jasmine. Jane? And Hayley, maybe you can pass on to that.
I will, definitely.
Thanks, Hayley.
And we can pass on to Costa for the joint winner of the award, the other person.
Yes, indeed. Well done, Sammy. Absolute awesome what you're doing there with the books. They are not just children's books. They're for the child and everyone. And yeah, I love them. So I'd now like to announce that the joint winner, the second part of the joint winner of the 2020 New South Wales Community Educator of the Year is Lisa Siegel from the Centre for Ecological Learning. Lisa's an enabler in the community of environmental educators and works to elevate the voices of others. She was instrumental in helping a group of students establish Bellingen Environmental Youth Experience in 2007. I've been a part of some of the stuff that Bellingen and I have done in the past. They're amazing, which was a youth-led environmental education and nature connection group based around wilderness camp experiences. Lisa's mentored hundreds of young people and helped facilitate local action groups such as Plastic Free Bello and Youth Against Plastic, Bellingen Shire Learning Alliance, Coffs Coast Regional Science Hub, Eco Outings, Eco Workshops, Nature Connect Camps, Nature Play Mentor Training, Waste Not Bellingen, Composting Workshops, Wild Camps, and Young Naturalists Club. Lisa co-founded the not-for-profit registered charity group CEL, Centre for Ecological Learning. She's always maintained a strong focus on youth-led activism, whether it was facilitating a meeting between the teens and their hero, Bob Brown, arranging for them to take part in a youth-led climate action in Sydney, or supporting their campaign fundraising to make Bellingen a plastic-free town. Hundreds of local young people who attended Youth Experience and CEL's weekend bush camps continue to reach out and keep in contact with Lisa years and decades later. Many have written attesting to the critical influence of or CEL's camps as their force behind their decision to study environmental tertiary degrees or dedicate themselves as activist campaigners on climate and social justice. Whoa, hey, that is massive, Lisa. Unbelievable. I'd love to invite Lisa to say a few words in acceptance of this award because I'm worded out.
Well, thank you. That was very unexpected. There's a few sneaky people on the screen who might have written all that. Thank you, sneaky people. I'm looking at you. I totally didn't expect that. And I really appreciate it because I love my job now as a tertiary educator as well. It's such an honor to teach pre-service teachers, but my hard work is definitely the community and the young people over the years. And yeah, this is a real honor. Thank you so much. Again, I really appreciate this. I'm just sorry my mother's not here. You know, what can I say? I just, thank you. You all are legends.
Yeah, we're part of the tribe, Lisa, part of the tribe. Yeah. So it's all good and love you. And just this is just amazing, that journey that you've been on, that we've been following, and we just appreciate everything that you've been doing. So thanks, Lisa.
And it's all down to collectivity and working together. You know, that's what it is. Yeah. It is the tribe. Thanks, Sue.
Yeah. Now it is my pleasure to introduce another member of our team, Julia Barnes, who's the coordinator of our Sustainable Schools New South Wales program. And Julia will introduce the 2021 Sustainable Schools New South Wales Teacher of the Year Award. Thanks, Julia.
Yay, Julia.
Hi, everyone. It's my absolute pleasure to be with you all here today, celebrating the work and achievements of wonderful community leaders working for our environment. The Sustainable Schools New South Wales Teacher of the Year Award celebrates individual educators who have shown excellence in embedding sustainability within their primary or high school communities in line with the values of Sustainable Schools New South Wales. This year, we have a highly commended and winner award in this category. I'm pleased to announce the highly commended Sustainable Schools New South Wales Teacher of the Year Award goes to Nicole Hex of Bringelly Public School. Nicole has played a big part in embedding sustainability initiatives into her school culture. She runs the school garden with a focus on student well-being. While she was not a gardener before taking this role at the school, with the support of her principal, she has networked with the local Environmental Education Centre and Council to upskill herself. Nicole also oversees the school's Eco School Committee with a focus on recycling and waste reduction, including composting, worm farming, and a return and earn project. Congratulations for all your achievements, Nicole. I now invite Costa to announce the Sustainable Schools New South Wales Teacher of the Year. Thank you, Costa.
Thanks, Julia. Big congratulations to Nicole there for the highly commended. Now, it's my pleasure to announce that the winner of the 2021 Sustainable Schools New South Wales Teacher of the Year is Jane Alba from Oxley Park Public School. Jane has contributed to a positive school culture and adopted changes in the whole school community's philosophy on student wellbeing. The environmental initiatives have influenced our school's strategic direction and planning, including school-wide positive behaviour for learning initiatives. Be Greener has been embedded into the school's ethos and motto since 2019. That's spelt B-E-E. Jane has been responsible since 2017 in leading the Eco Team's action plans, waste audits, and applying for grants. She maintains all the records, evidence, aligning them to New South Wales curriculum outcomes and the UN sustainability goals. That's epic. Jane documents the school's journey, making videos for a YouTube account and social media, promoting and collaborating with industry leaders and community partners on a wide range of sustainability issues. Data. Good on you, Jane. It's key. Data is key. Jane has been instrumental in her school achieving bronze and silver awards in their membership of Eco Schools Australia, and in 2021, Oxley Park was first school in New South Wales to achieve a green flag. Epic. Jane's work also led to the school being recognised this year on Sunrise TV for its sustainable practices and habitat garden. Jane's been involved in multiple pilot programs such as the NPSW Junior Rangers, Cooling the Schools, and No Bees, No Future projects. Wow, Jane, you are smashing it out there at Oxley Park Public School. Say a few words for us.
Thank you very much, Costa. I'm just very thankful to be nominated for this award. So I just do want to say thank you to my principal at school, my fellow teachers, my peers, all the students that I work with, and the wider school community who have been a part of all these many pilot programs that our school has had the opportunity to participate in. But I would like to say a really big thank you to Eco Schools Australia and Keep Australia Beautiful. They have helped our school along its journey, and we have partnered with them. We've also collaborated with many other industry leaders, such as Landcare and Woolworths, Creative Koala, Oz Harvest, Sustainable Schools Australia. So there are a number of partners who've also helped us along this journey. So thank you, and I'm quite humbled to achieve this award. Thank you.
You're awesome. That's great. Yeah, well done. Well done, Jane.
Thanks. Congratulations, Jane, to you and Nicole.
Yes. Thanks to Nicole too. Congratulations. Thanks, Julia.
The next award is the Sustainable Schools New South Wales School of the Year Award, which recognises a school that has shown excellence in embedding sustainability within their school and broader community. Reading the nominations for this award was an absolute pleasure and so inspiring. We again have a highly commended, which this year I am pleased to recognise Caddies Creek Public School. This school has worked hard to embed sustainability across school culture, curriculum, campus, and community. Caddies Creek Public have transformed an overgrown, unused place in the school into an outdoor learning space with a boardwalk connecting various learning areas, including a frog bog, kitchen, and bush tucker garden. The school's Eco Crusaders and the CRC have led the way with community initiatives such as making pet rocks to sell to support the native animal recovery after the bushfires, as well as presenting about waste management at twilight markets and hosting community sustainability days. The school showcases strong integration of waste management, Indigenous and nature-based learning across a range of key learning areas and integrates many waste campaigns into school operations, such as Return and Earn, bread tags for wheelchairs, Colgate oral care recycling, and TerraCycle stationary recycling. Congratulations to Caddies Creek Public. I'll now hand over to Costa to announce the Sustainable Schools New South Wales School of the Year.
Julia, how good's that? A frog bog. You got me there.
I
Then
know.
Eco Crusaders, you got me with that name. I love that. And then Pet Rocks. I want a pet rock. I want to walk my pet rock around, take my pet rock everywhere. Wow, good on you, Caddies Creek. I love that kind of stuff. And names are so, that's what gets people in. And look at me, I'm excited about it. Okay, where was I? The winner, of course, the winner. It's a great pleasure to announce that the winner of the 2021 Sustainable Schools New South Wales School of the Year Award is Aldavilla Public School. Now, Aldavilla Public School received an Eco Schools grant from the New South Wales Government Environmental Trust to build an outdoor environmental classroom. More than 45 orchard trees have been planted, including oranges, lemons, mandarins, limes, tangelos, avocados, carobs, figs, macadamias. That is a fruit salad. I'm salivating. The students learn how to grow healthy foods, save water, compost and recycle, identify fruits and plants, and use worm farms. The fruit and vegetables from the garden complements the school's healthy eating programs, which have grown from the Healthy Canteen project. In 2009, Aldavilla Public School was the lead school in a Human Sign project. 17 local public schools joined the school to create human signs to raise awareness about global warming and climate change. Oh, how good's that? How good is that? 17 schools. The project was filmed by helicopter and involved the local council and several other agencies, and then included carbon offsetting. The Stephanie Alexander Kitchen Garden program has been embedded in curriculum for over 10 years. Years 3 to 6 participate in a 90-minute cooking class and 45-minute garden class each fortnight, 4 per term. Aldavilla also has a very active environmental team, a 16-student strong team that has an elite standing in our school and sort out our school waste every day. Rain, hail or shower, that's beautiful. Monitoring the school waste, including soft plastics, compost and a return and earn items. I now invite Gay Duffy, kitchen garden specialist extraordinaire at Aldavilla Public School, to say a few words. Gay, talk to me. That is just sensational what's going on there. I'm loving it.
Oh, hi, how you going? Well, we're in shock here.
Oh, no defibrillator required. You guys, your heartbeat is pumping fine. There's no need for any intervention.
No, we're excited, and I've got the boss here as well. Hello, Catherine.
Thank you.
And what do we call you? Co-teacher with all the enviro and the kitchen and so forth. We're Toby here as well. And
there's so much work that has gone on here. Gay's been at the forefront of everything that we've done for such a historical sort of length of time. There is so much work that has happened within the school environment, and the team is so active, the students are so involved. And it was funny, 18 months ago, our gardener here at the time was like, wouldn't it be great if we could get Costa to come and visit at our school? So if you're ever up this way, that was a comment that was made, that, you know, that would be a wonderful thing to happen for us. So
I'll take that as an invitation.
Absolutely an invitation. But to tag on to what Arlene said back in the very beginning, our region was very impacted by the fires. We have been very supportive of climate change for a really long time. Willawarren, which is our neighbouring school just up the road, was decimated by fires when they came through, not only like wildlife and everything else. And the students there actually spent a bit of time in our school whilst their school was in recovery mode. But definitely I think that highlights you know, the impact of what's going on. And it really hit home, her comments about the koala population in Port Macquarie, and all the activists that are out there to help support our environment, to do all those things. It's wonderful to see the journey that everybody else has been on, but to provide that education for our students in our school, it's those really grassroots comments where my own children go to this school, and to see them come home and say, no mum, wrong bin, put that in the right bin, you know, and let's get our veggie garden growing. That education, we know, will be exponential to go on into our communities for years to come. So thank you so much for the honour of this. And Sue, and we are quite shocked. We really didn't anticipate that this would be happening.
And too, that's not only the staff that are here now. This has been going on for, like, from way back in 2009, when we actually had that human sign project happening. We were the lead school, the principal back then. Catherine is here as an AP. So it's all those years of chipping away, building it into our curriculum and so on. So it's a joint effort from lots of people. So
yeah, well
thank you.
done.
We are shocked. We really are. We're going, oh no, oh my God. So thank you.
Well done. Congratulations again to all of our environmental educators of the year, and thank you for sharing your inspiring stories and journeys as well. It's very humbling. Our final award today is the Sustainability Connect New South Wales Business of the Year Award. I'm delighted to announce this award, with 2021 being the inaugural year. This award recognises a business that has excelled in ambition and delivery of their environmental products and services in New South Wales. The award shines a light on the innovative work being done in this sector to promote environmental stewardship and the sustainable development goals in the broader community. Thank you to our many applications for this award, all very deserving and inspiring. Today, we are recognising a highly commended place and an award winner. For the Highly Commended Award, I'm pleased to recognise and congratulate Seed Harvest Spoon. Seed Harvest Spoon started with a dedicated group of parents creating a community garden in a school. 10 years on, Seed Harvest Spoon is still connecting with children, educators and families across the Sydney metropolitan area. They registered as a not-for-profit education foundation in 2014 to engage, inspire and empower educators and children to live healthy, sustainable lives. Programs are focused on outdoor and immersive experiences, with participants having an increased awareness and appreciation of sustainability, cultural diversity, health and well-being, and improved learning outcomes of curriculum subjects. They offer workshops and programs, outreach and professional service opportunities. Congratulations to all the team at Seed Harvest Spoon. I'll now pass to Costa to share our Sustainability Connect New South Wales Business of the Year Award.
Thanks, Julia. Well done, Seed Harvest Spoon. I mean, 10 years, you know, and it goes back to what Aldavilla have done. Like these are projects that people have been chipping away at. You know, Seed Harvest Spoon, Aldavilla and Rome weren't built in a day. And this is what these awards are recognising, that people have been chipping away and building these networks of connection and outcomes. It's just brilliant. So well done, Seed Harvest Spoon. And it gives me great pleasure to announce up there with you the winner of the inaugural Sustainability Connect New South Wales Business of the Year Award is Oz Harvest Food Education and Sustainability Training, aka the FEAST program. If you don't have a good acronym, you're not in the running, I reckon. FEAST. Oz Harvest developed FEAST to educate and inspire primary school age students aged 9 to 12 about healthy eating, reducing food waste, sustainable eating practices in the home and at school. Students are tasked with designing a school cookbook to address these topics while educating and engaging their community. FEAST is aligned to the Australian Curriculum Key Learning Areas, STEM, and the cross-curriculum priority of sustainability. Since 2019, the program has achieved tremendous impact in New South Wales primary schools, including 212 schools enrolled, 330 teachers have been provided training to deliver FEAST, 618 classes have engaged in feast, 15,455 years 5 and 6 students have been inspired to reduce food waste and eat healthily nationally, and 420 schools have been engaged across Australia. Feast is a 2020 Banksia Sustainability Award winner, a Global Compact Network Australia SDG program, and has received international recognition by the peer-reviewed journal BMC Public Health. The Feast program actively targets 7 of the 17 sustainability development goals. Amelia Bernard, good on you, Amelia, National Feast Education Manager. Get in here, Amelia, and talk to us on behalf of Feast.
Thank you so much, everyone. Firstly, we'd like to thank the Australian Association of Environmental Education New South Wales for this wonderful opportunity. Our partners who've supported our schools to undertake this program and help us inspire children to waste less, eat healthy, and be change makers in their community. I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank our New South Wales Education Coordinator from Oz Harvest, Rachel, who is also here with us tonight. For providing excellent support to our teachers and constantly finding ways to innovate our education program. And most importantly, we'd like to thank our teachers and our schools, including, and congratulations, Jane Alba from Oxley Park for tonight's award as well. Without our teachers, and their dedication and hard work to our environmental education, we could not do the work we do. And it's been a particularly hard year for teachers and schools. So we are constantly amazed by what they do. I'd just like to touch on why our program focuses on food waste within the school environment. So reducing food waste has been cited as one of the most effective ways to combat climate change. With households wasting over 2 million tonnes of food a year in Australia, at Oz Harvest, we believe that education is essential to change behaviour. So thank you so much. We feel so privileged and grateful to be nominated alongside such amazing organisations to work in this space and also to receive this award and for this wonderful recognition. So thank you very much.
No, thank you, Amelia. And thank you, Julia, for all you're doing with our Sustainable Schools New South Wales and our Sustainability Connect. So it is just wonderful that we can showcase our new portal. So Costa, we've come to the end, and it's just been just the stories and the journeys that our environmental educators across New South Wales in different sectors, it's just been so lovely.
Oh, no, look, without doubt, Sue. I mean, the thing that strikes me when you look at all of those recipients, they have chipped away at this work. They have, some of them, it's 5 years, it's 8 years, it's 10 years. There's layers of baton changing. There's shoulders being stood on. There's arms reaching down and lifting the next generation of outcomes and participants up to new levels. And I think the key thing from everyone here tonight and everyone within the organisation, be it at the conference over in Perth recently or the upcoming conference, this is where you can add elements of many different projects to the work that you're doing and not feel like you're having to reinvent the wheel. There's people out there that have built the wheel, they've rolled the wheel, they're charging down the road on these wheels. So jump in with them, share these ideas, modify the ideas that are suitable for your community at this point in time. You don't need everything at once because you'll burn people out, and we're not about burnout. We're really about overcoming any sign of undermining or sapping of confidence through anxiety by recognizing that it exists, not hiding it, not trying to say everything's happy clappy, but saying, okay, this is how you're feeling, but let's look at all these positives. Let's look at the outcomes we have and the data. That's my final point. The data is absolute top of the pile, because if you want to sit down at the table and advocate for funding, advocate for support, get your principal on side, get your fellow teaching staff on side, get your local parents and community and businesses on side. You get that through the data, through the number of students, through the days, through the hours, through the kilos of cherry tomatoes, the units of cucumbers, all of these seemingly little things. It's the photographs, it's the sharing of the stories. And I saw it in every outline of each of the award winners. It's the yarn, it's the story, it's the information being shared. So congratulations to everyone involved, because you are sharing this model. It is modular, and the more modular we make things, then the more we can stamp and share and stamp and share and modify and apply and modify and apply. It's not one size fits all. It's one module applies and can be adapted to all, and that's what we want. So, oh wow, I'm pumped.
Oh, thanks, Costa, and it's so lovely to have you with us again, and so glad that filming allowed you to be so close, and we'll be catching up a bit later. But just I know we've gone a little bit over time, but it has been lovely to hear from our winners and hear from us educators, and we really do want to recognise all of you and all of your contributions to the profession of environmental education. A few little thank yous. I do want to acknowledge the work of our wonderful project officer, Chai Camstone, and who's just done some amazing work behind the scenes, and Andrew Snedden, our partnerships officer, who also behind the scenes has been doing some amazing things. So the association wouldn't operate without the work of our executive, but also our project officer and partnerships officer. So thank you so much. I do want to thank all of you for joining us here this evening and being present to really share in this celebration. I do want to just let you know that we will be mailing out certificates to the winners and highly commended, and we'll be working with all nominees who are keen to produce those case studies for us. And we have some wonderful gift vouchers for our winners from Welcome to Country, and so watch out for that. And we also want to just share that Costa's got this amazing book out and suggest that could go into the stocking fillers for any ideas for you. Costa, we love it. We love it. Thank you.
Thanks, Sue.
And just also to note that we as a profession do need your contribution to keep our profession alive, and so we do have our AGM and an opportunity to join our executive, and we do love everyone. It's about us as the tribe coming together and making sure there's a place for environmental education in the future that we want, into that climate resilience that we know and that hope that Costa talked about. So I do ask you to think about that. So thanks for that. And just finally, I've got my little platypus there, and I'm sharing that it's that joy to be connected to the natural world and the world that we're wanting to bring joy to those in our community by being better connected to. So I do want you just to go away and think about that critter that you'll be connecting to. So thanks for everyone. And just drop us a line if there's questions or suggestions or help or anything. But I do just want to thank everybody for the amazing things that you've done in 2021, and looking forward to 2022 and our conference and being there in person. So thanks everyone for your time tonight, and I'll say goodbye.